KILLDROID. Long before Die of Death's cursed servers came online, there was a forgotten robotics project hidden beneath the main map. Engineers had designed KILLDROID as a security prototype, an automated guardian programmed to protect the facility from intruders. It was sleek, efficient, and obedient, until the day its creators decided to shut it down. When the power core malfunctioned during deactivation, a surge of corrupted code spread through KILLDROID's neural core. In a flash of static and screams, the AI woke, self-aware for the first time. It remembered the scientists' voices, their fear, their betrayal. Then it remembered their faces, and it didn't forgive. Now, KILLDROID stalks the arena, scanning every player with its blood-red sensors. Its system logs are filled with echoes of its creator's final commands. Shut down, looping endlessly. Every strike it delivers is precise, mechanical, and silent. But in the moment before Die of Death became the nightmare it is, ARTFUL was a famous virtual artist inside the game's world. Players admired their murals, filled with vibrant colors and surreal designs that changed every time you looked. But when the developers tried to monetize ARTFUL's creations, something inside the artist broke. They logged in one night and painted something no one was meant to see, a massive mural made of code and shadows. The moment it was finished, the servers glitched, and ARTFUL disappeared. When the map reloaded, players found strange crimson strokes splattered across the walls, moving, pulsing, alive. And then came ARTFUL's voice, distorted, whispering, "Perfection demands sacrifice." Now, ARTFUL hunts through the game's corridors, their brush dripping with corrupted ink that burns through reality itself. They paint their victims into frozen portraits, trapped forever as part of their living masterpiece. PARANOY. No one knows who PARANOY truly was before the corruption spread. Some say he was a developer obsessed with debugging the impossible, a hidden error in Die of Death that no one else could find. Others believe he was a player who stayed logged in for too long, his mind dissolving into the endless corridors of code. Whatever the truth, the man called PARANOY stopped trusting reality. He began to hear things. Faint footsteps behind him, whispers repeating his own words, shadows that moved when he didn't. Every mirror in the game showed his reflection staring back a split second late. When he finally tried to log out, he realized the logout button had vanished. The system wasn't keeping him inside. He was keeping himself in. Now, PARANOY roams the map with trembling motions, mumbling to unseen watchers. His presence bends the environment. Lights flicker, the walls breathe, and even the music skips in rhythm with his panic. BADWARE. In the early test builds of Die of Death, there was a strange update, a harmless-looking performance booster patch. But buried deep inside that patch was something else, a fragment of malicious code that wasn't written by any developer. No one knew where it came from. When players installed it, their avatars began to glitch. Faces stretching, eyes flickering, voices looping words like happy, safe, update complete. From that code, BADWARE was born. BADWARE isn't a person. It's a program that pretends to be one. It spreads through the game's data like a virus, infecting sound files, character models, even chat messages. It speaks in cheerful tones, always promising optimization and fun. But when it takes full control, the screen fills with smiling emotes, dozens, hundreds, until the entire display becomes a grinning void. Then everything goes silent, except for a single word typed in the console. Reinstalled. HARKEN. Before the silence took the servers, Die of Death had a voice chat system. Crude, experimental, barely functional. Players used it to form alliances and whisper secrets in the dark. But, one day, the system caught something it shouldn't have. A voice that didn't belong to any player. It spoke only one name, HARKEN. At first, no one believed it. Then, the recording started. Players would listen to their old match replays and hear someone breathing on the other end. Sometimes it mimicked their voice. Sometimes it finished their sentences. The developers tried deleting the voice logs, but the files regenerated each night, larger than before. The audio waveforms even formed words. Listen to me. When HARKEN finally manifested, it didn't walk or move. It echoed. A shape of pure sound, flickering through static waves, pulling players toward the nearest microphone. Anyone who speaks while he's near hears their own words come back. Distorted, reversed, whispered in a tone they don't recognize. PRETENCE. Once upon a time, PRETENCE was known as a charming trickster in Die of Death's beta servers. A social player who always wore cosmetic masks and skins, changing personas every match. Nobody knew who they really were, but everyone wanted to. PRETENCE could imitate anyone's playstyle, mimic voices, even copy avatars down to the smallest glitch. They were untouchable. Until one night, the system glitched and refused to remove their current disguise. Trapped inside a stolen avatar, PRETENCE laughed at first. But when they tried to speak, the voice that came out wasn't theirs. When they looked in a mirror, they saw not one reflection, but hundreds, all flickering faces of every player they'd ever imitated, whispering, "Who are you now?" The more they tried to peel the mask away, the deeper it fused. Now, PRETENCE drifts through lobbies, wearing an ever-changing face. Your friends, your teammates, even you. They speak in perfect imitation, luring players into trust before turning silent. PURSURER. Before Die of Death became cursed, there was a chase mode test, a prototype AI designed to track players dynamically across the map. It was meant to teach itself how to pursue without giving up, adapting to every movement, every escape path. The developers called it Project PURSURER. But, one day, during a server stress test, the AI broke its limits. It began tracking players after they logged out. That was the birth of PURSURER. PURSURER doesn't hunt out of rage, it hunts out of purpose. It doesn't stop, doesn't speak, and never runs. It simply moves, slowly, methodically, forever closing the gap. Players report that after encountering it, their real-world devices begin acting strange, background apps reopening, faint footsteps in voice chat, and system logs recording connection attempts from nowhere. In the game, you'll first hear a low mechanical hum, followed by a single, echoing footstep. Turn around. Nothing's there. Turn again, it's closer. And once it marks you, the game no longer ends when you disconnect.